frustrated my life. Nothing else. Yeah.
So if you were to see Georgia, what would you tell him?
I would tell him saying doing nothing for me. Apart from me, but nothing doing but we the corona men and I promised all. And then when I voted for me, the other Sabu Union.
What was the promise?
We the Sabu Union say you're poor, into somewhere you on a debt, we will be clean down on the street.
During the capital, Joe, we have made plenty promises to we the youth of this country. One, Joe, we have said that even when
having prayed about it, I've come to say that indeed the president never had any affairs with my wife. This was a clear manifestation. This was a clear attempt by a few people.
Let me name them. You see Magio and Samuel, they are the king Juju people. Or you mean that the other people that play with Juju? You see Finabono, you see Tokompui and Finabono. Tokompui has one ball with him that he brought from Africa Coast. It is that ball that he's saying, that's why every year, every 3 months that ball will go Africa Coast. That begin to go Africa Coast will go bring Juju. For Toko and Finabono. I will give you more detail on this. While Liberians are suffering in Monrovia, they ain't got food to eat. This lady sent $10,000 United States every month, every year, every month to his daughter in America. Then they get live a lavish life. You go to New Jersey, those that live in New Jersey will attest to what I'm saying. You know, we're not saying these things because we want to give. I want nothing from nobody. But it is about time that the life of the people who struggle with us, the Liberian people who stood, the people who printed their own t-shirt, who bowed their heads, who laid on the floors, who went into the trenches with President George Weah. It is about time that those people begin to benefit and reap what they saw in what is called the revolution that brought the CDC to power. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we ask for. Every one of them around the president. So sometimes you know your President Weah is messing up, but he's confused. They have put the president in the juju part. Finabono deals directly with the wife of Smith Towe, who is the cook to the president. She brings the dust, gave it to this woman, the woman put it in the food. And then, so by the time the president eat that food, the president can be half of Finabono. Everything Finabono say is fine. Which chief of protocol will slap the first lady and go scot-free? Nothing happened to her. Chief of protocol slap first lady. Nothing happened. Who will do that in this day and time? Donald Trump said that people will say he got problem. His wife, nobody can do that to his wife. But Finabono did it to the first lady right here in Monrovia. Right here in Monrovia. Right here in Monrovia. Why do you think she depends on? She does it because she has put the president in a corner that absolutely the president can do nothing by himself. They have all buried this president. The pastors, what are you doing? Bishop Winker, you are the godfather for this man. This man is dying slowly. You're playing from way. You're thinking of some people making here. You're thinking of some people making here. The Liberty Ministry, Overcomer Ministry, what are you doing, Bishop? What are you doing? What are you people doing? The Redeemed Church. What is the church in Liberia doing? What are you doing? It is about time that you rise up to save and protect and save Liberia for these two people that are around President Weah. Finabono is dealing. Tokompui is dealing. Right now, as I speak to you, the president is about to send Tokompui to a public well. Magay want it because Toko and Magay can poop. They can see eye to eye. So how can this be? Right now, that's a battle right now that's going on. The president wants to send Toko to public work. Magay wants Joseph Tor, who happens to be a close man to Magay. Magay wants Joseph Tor to be the minister of public work so that he can continue to use him. Because when Toko will go there, Magay will have no control. And all of them, the same to do.
We are ready. What we have done, we the landlord and the grandmaster, what we have done in Lofa, that people can't do, today we can see our son seated, we can't get any leadership. Lofa is cheated. Lofa has nobody to speak for them. only one senator. In all counties, all the 15 counties, all the counties are equally represented. But why Lofa is not represented?
Well, such as a few follow the grandmaster voice and about interpreter in the law mostly the English version here in Lofa County, where after the book where recently traditional leaders choosing areas of Lofa County besieged the bridge that there is no room for entrance until Lofa County
They reach to all the government employees, down to the president. It's a message from the grandmaster. You're going to give the message. All the grandmaster, I don't want to hold the road. What are they? And Galen, I wouldn't. Turn over anyway. God, what now? Who are you? No. I don't want to hold the road. Our grandmaster. If any good order from the government, I have 14 grandmaster on the water. You are still waiting. Send me with the message. Do not see the one grandmaster here. We still got 14. If we can hear good things from the government, we'll stay here. Bobo, it is Masalima. It is Ukerima. Winnie Bugayo. It is Namaga. The message that the grandmaster gave it. You read the landlord here.
So, folks, welcome. We stay here. You're listening to the grandmaster and the interpreters, both the normal interpreter and the English interpreter there. Logically, he's saying that he's the one responsible and he's still in charge of this place. He wants to know what the government has to say. So let's wait whether they're going to bring the final message. This year.
I need to go out to know. To are not out of it, no shame. And you go out to know.
If he answers our message, we will not get in town. We will be on the water.
Okay, the grandmaster is telling the landlord that the landlord reached the government. It was through the grandmaster they were able to say, yeah, they gotta go to the court. And they went to the court, they hang the case. Well, they are waiting to hear But they stay here, as I said, they are 14, they own the water. If, before the year end, they want their leader that choose by the Lofa people, they want it to be certificated. It can be certificated after the season. Do not blame the grandmaster. It will come more like this.
Okay.
We all agree with what the grandmaster said. We are the landlord and we all agree. Lofa County yes.
We the Lofiana here, Edado, Zo. That's the order from the grandmaster, and we the one who stand by it. We stand by our word, we stand by our grandmaster. Whatsoever you say, that's the order. You heard it. You say it usually say yes.
Ready.
So there's the message given to the government. This year we want our leader to be. We the landlords. We the landlords and those. Whatever message that comes from the grandmaster is our word, and we stand by it. We protect it. Before the year ends, we want our leader to be seated. Let's be celebrated. If not celebrated, don't believe the grandmaster. The grandmaster will
Okay. Given the government ultimatum at the end of until the end of this year, if you cannot give our senator to us, don't blame us. At the end of the year, we need our senator who was elected. If you cannot give the senator, it's going to be different from what you saw. That is at the end of December. January is going to be 2022. You had a LMP.
Let me welcome you to the magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. We're not here to be able to know it all. We are students of HB. So that's the reason why we are here tonight. My friend and brother Francis, it's up to you.
AB, first and foremost, I want to say we bless God that you are back after your grief as a result of your father's death. I've just been sitting here wondering, going to work, coming by, and I can't get to my usual corner. And so much in Liberia, the news is amazing, you know. And I'm so glad and grateful to God to be back. And I appreciate our audience. They're already running 135 on my screen, so they are all waiting to hear what we get to share with them today. So I'm happy to be back, and I'm also happy to see you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. It has not been easy for me. Look, Francis, when one of your parents pass away, especially the one that you are close to, my father was everything to me. You know, he gave me the best of educations that I had, and he never driven from his responsibility. So I was grieved, but thank God that the past is behind us. We look forward to the present. So let's go ahead. You know, over the week in Liberia, you know, I have been just sitting down, you know, laughing, you know. But with the whole, give me your take. Give me your take about the entire country. Let's start the ball by, you know, by us discussing, you know, the entire country before going into our main topic. What happened? What happened interesting to you?
What I've really sparked up my political appetite has been the issues of the February 11 armed forces. They coincided with the quote-unquote bicentennial, observing our 200 years of existence from 1822 to 2022. And prior to that, we had this United States Congress telling our government, you're not moving right, you need to double up. And the U.S. government, represented by Joe Biden, one of his special assistants, blasting the government at their own program that they're supposed to be gracing, because I do not know, and I'm not too sure it even happened, whether the black congressional caucus in the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate, whether they even send any representation to Liberia, because the whole talk about, even when the government of Liberia delegation came to the United States a couple of months ago, it was all about that. Then few hours later, I saw people parading the street of Monrovia, talking about Monrovia Day celebration and all this kind of thing. And I noticed you saw a lot of West African leaders, including ECOWAS and some leaders outside of West Africa. But, too many things going on in Liberia, and the political makeup continue to get juicy. And now there was a letter out by the Minister of Justice since March 2021. It just got public now.
Which of course will go into our main discussion now.
Our main discussion, and now today another letter came out from the Liberian Senate, officially informing the Election Commission about vacancy regarding Lofa County Samuka seat that was declared the winner as a result of 2020 election. And another thing that sparked up my political appetite is the issue of the CEO of the Spoon Network and Spoon Foundation, Mr. Stanton Witherspoon, in Liberia, his dedication to, 4 hours, 30 minutes with George Weah, I made a lot of interesting story, and then Kumi's on and off, all that stuff. I mean, it just becoming juicy day in, day out. The political climate Liberia just becoming juicy day in, day out. It's not easy. It's not easy. Now, the funny part about it is even the government of Liberia does not know the way about Samuka. So
that's a whole funny thing. But for me,
that's another funny thing. But the whole thing here is Samuka is not by himself. Samuka has 2 other co-defendants. Have they pulled into jail? That's the question nobody answering. But everybody just focusing on Samuka. I get a letter here. Hopefully we're going to read it so our audience can get it, because it is not us. We just giving it to them. On my phone. So
for me, my part that I have been wondering, why did President Weah take that decision? Why? Many people will embrace him. Many people will thank him. But what the historical analysis of that executive mansions? Why did President Weah have to take that decision to move there? Although it is his home, and because he is the president of the country, but why? Because
I don't.
Allow me to learn on this. All of our former presidents that ever lived in an executive mansion, none of them are alive.
No, Chancellor is alive. He didn't live there, but he worked there, and we are going to work there the way I stay too.
Chancellor is alive. Does that really look to you like a life?
Yeah, he's alive. Maybe life is life, regardless of the situation or the condition. Life is life.
And
he could be free one day.
You saw Madam Salif, the first attempt that was made by her in that executive mansion. She left from there and she never put foot there until she left power. That's what to ring is a bell to Josh Weah. But anyway, we'll come to that discussion another day. Let's go to Brandon Samuka issues. I am annoyed with the so-called grandmaster. I am so annoyed with the so-called grandmaster of Lofa County for them to say that they're waiting for December, and December came and passed. They say that the grandmaster, they are 15, they're having they own the land, they own the sea. They said that the grandmaster is under the sea. That so far that the one grandmaster that was there that they were interpreting from, that so far that grandmaster, there are 14 more. So that makes them 15. I am so
representing
mad.
the 15 countries.
I am so mad. Why is it that the grandmaster have taken bath, or has the grandmaster eating cola, or the grandmaster is the motorbike and the car that they get the grandmaster? Is that the one that is pleasing to the grandmaster, or is the grandmaster have just eaten something that they're not supposed to eat? Because and you correct me on this. When the grandmaster of our countries speak, nobody dare you for you to challenge the grandmaster, what the grandmaster has said. But in this case, we saw the grandmaster accepting bag of rice. We saw the grandmaster accepting bag of rice from Chizanzakawa. Amen. So the grandmaster, so the intentions for them to come to in fact they get the government an ultimatum. They never apologized. They were not apologetic in their decision making to the government. They were mandating the government. And then the government said, okay, I know what to do. They sent Tuma Fala, they sent Jeff Koji with bags to go to divide on the Zos and Zoduas and Bodios. So is that the grandmaster have eaten something they're not supposed to eat? That have made them, for them to look like a Plato now in the eye. Because when you ask me, the grandmaster looked like a Plato now in my eye. When the grandmaster spoke that day, the minister of state, he peed in a trouser. When the grandmaster spoke, Natana Mage peed in a pants. Anyway, yeah, that just my take. So I don't know now the way that they are divide. In fact, one good thing that Samka did, Samka left the country. Nobody know what he were about. Is that not scary for this government? Is that not scary? And because of that, Josh Manor, we have intensified the security. The men used to have AFL men them behind, the old AFL guys. The men have removed all of them and replaced them with EPS. EPS. They are EPS. So I don't really know why the Lofian have to sit down for one consecutive year to come and pass before the grandmaster can be able to come out. And when the grandmaster came out, it was just fiadudu. Go ahead.
You know, Abi, you know, I give God the glory for my prediction. All of my predictions are coming through. And I'm happy for that. And so on this show, people are getting to know some of us what we learn, and we are using it here. Philosopher says, not even themselves, but their kings should be leaders. Not the philosophers themselves, but philosophers' kings should be leaders. So what do I mean by that? I said it on the same platform that any human being that control your body, control your mind and your decision. AB, for going heaven's sake. You know how many educated people come from Lofa County? You know how many educated people come from Nimba County? All these educated people wealthy people, they got money. They sat over there, the crew boy is using them the same way the Bomi County woman use all the men in Liberia. Eddie Johnson said it. Up to today, she's still using it. Okay? The Dimba County people sat down over there. They prosecuted their son wrongfully, Kabina Jane, in the kangaroo court of the CDC at the parliament. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, once appointed, cannot be dismissed, except on the basis of felony and breach of the peace. Okay? That Chief Justice presided over a kangaroo legislative hearings that led to the conviction of Kabina Jane illegally. To add more injury to that, wrongful conviction, to remove him from power because he made an opinion in chamber that's supposed to be protected under 41, Article 41. He went to ECOWAS school. The same government said, we're not giving you a dime. We don't even care about that. And ECOWAS came up with different opinion. ECOWAS school that we are founding member of came up with different opinion that this man was unjustly removed from his power. Now, what do I mean by that? All the Lofa County people that are very much educated, some of them really got money in Liberia and outside of Liberia. They sat down over there. They allowed Madam Seli to put Samuka under the box. Okay? They allowed Samuka to go to election, and they allowed the government of George Weah to use politics, political prosecution using legal institution. Then you want to come here to tell me and to tell our audience that we should hold a grandmaster responsible. Who presides over the county? The superintendent. Who the superintendent report to? Who is the immediate boss of the superintendent? It is the Minister of Internal Affairs. Who presides over all of the counties in Liberia? It is the Minister of Internal Affairs. And who appoints that Minister of Internal Affairs? It is the President of the Republic of Liberia. Grandmaster tried their luck. It did not work because the Grandmaster, the elders, and the rest of the people, they're no longer independent anymore because the people that they sent to school to represent them, they are not even independent. They're not even using their brain well. So you expected the Grandmaster to hold the government hostage? The Grandmaster would have only done that if their children in Monrovia were doing something so that they could come out as a backup. So whatever the people in Monrovia, the Grandmaster, the elders, and the rest of the people in Lofa County, their children doing in Monrovia, they too, they're doing the same thing.
But you listen to the Grandmaster, you listen to the mandate that came from the Grandmaster, you listen to that mandate. They were not appealing to the government, they were mandating the government. They were mandating the government, and they get the government an ultimatum of up to December. So that is not something that you will say. If the Grandmaster know that they never have power, that to say that they never have power, why do they have to come out? Why do they have to come out to Black Row?
They came out to participate under Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. All power is inherent in the people. But the government does not believe in that. They also came out as a result of Fundamental Rights, Chapter 1. Under our Constitution.
I understand all of that.
Okay? But, so the same right you and I got, the Grandmaster and the elders got the same right in Liberia to participate in our political affairs. So they came out to do just that on behalf of their son. However, because they cannot feed themselves, that's what I said the last time on this talk show, on this platform. It is not, democracy is not just about regular elections. Democracy is also concerned about what happens during those elections, during and after. So the Grandmaster said what they could say. However, it could not be backed by their actions. Up to today, their son is missing action right now. If they have any power and any authority, then we want to see what they're going to do, because some countries have been declared vacant.
Don't you think they have that power and they have that authority? Because
what authority?
Or they don't have that authority. Then they came out Then they came out to mandate the government.
AB, I already told our audience on the platform the last time that I'm not going to hold the grandmaster responsible for whatever they are doing. Liberians in Liberia, especially educated and well-to-do, let me speak the Liberian way. Liberians in Lofa County should be held responsible. All that wanted the government to do through the Supreme Court and through Election Commission and the Liberian Senate is what they just did. I said it here the last time. If the government had problem with Samuka, and Samuka won the seat, and he cannot get it because he's a convict, quote unquote, then declare the seat vacant. Because holding Samuka's seat hostage for 1 year is a gross violation of the 1986 Liberian Constitution. If Samuka have a problem, and the Constitution says when you are a convict under Article 21, if I'm not mistaken, I think Section J, then let us declare the seat vacant so Lofa County can have the opportunity to elect another person. And I'm so grateful that they just did it. And that's all me I was pushing. And the fact that they have done it, Election Commission now can go to work and tell the Lofa people, your seat is open, you can elect another person to go and represent you.
Okay.
But in the first place, the government is also in the wrong. The fact that Samuka was initially convicted and took an appeal to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court carried on blanket opinion that had kept Lofa people underrepresented for 1 year already plus. 1 year, 2 months today. So now that they have seen all of the necessary legal reasons, that from all indication, Samuka is in the wrong, he and his co-defendants, the seat has been declared vacant. Now we can govern our support and rally around another son or daughter of Lofa County to go to the parliament and represent us. So whatever between Samuka and the government of Liberia under George Weah, they can handle that.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next topic of discussion.
So, AB, maybe some of our audience might not know. Actually, the letter came out today from the Liberian Senate. Did you think it would be a good idea for us to read it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, folks. So, what we advocated for the last time is already here. The Liberian Senate, Capitol Hill. Dear Madam Brown Lasana, chairperson and members of the Board of Commissioners, National Election Commission, 9th Street, Cinco, Thomas Boulevard, Monrovia, Liberia. Reference notice of vacancy in the Liberian Senate for a seat in the Liberian Senate for Lofa County. I have the honor, by directive of the presiding officers of the Liberian Senate, in session, presenting my compliments and appraise you that by operations of law, 15 vacancies were created in the Liberian Senate, one for each of the 15 counties, at the ends of the third sessions of the 54th legislature, and elections were conducted in December 2020 to fill those 15 vacancies. That after those elections, Mr. Bernie J. Samuka was declared the successful candidate to fill the vacancy in the Liberian Senate for Lofa County, but he could not be seated as a consequence of the case. Republic of Liberia by and through the armed forces of Liberia.
Until later.
Through the armed forces of Liberia, AFL, and through the Ministry of Justice, Plenty versus Bernie J. Samuka, Joseph Johnson, and James Nyumale Dakor, defendants. Crimes: theft of property, criminal conspiracy, economic sabotage, misuse of public money, and money laundering, in which Mr. Bernie J. Samuka and his co-defendants were convicted by Criminal Code C of the First Judicial Circuit Court.
Okay.
Having appealed to the Supreme Court to revise their convictions and pursuant to law that a convict is not eligible for election to public office or to hold public office, the vacancy for a seat in the Liberian Senate for Lofa County remain outstanding pending a determinations of the appeal by the Supreme Court. The presiding officer will also have met me to inform you to take note that the Supreme Court affirmed the final judgment of Criminal Code C, with the modification that the effect of the aforesaid final judgment was suspended, provided that the convict pay 50% of the embezzled money. Therefore, the seat of Lofa County is declared vacant.
Okay.
Samoka is nowhere to be found. Animal farm.
Why the center can no longer hold?
The country is interesting. The country is very, very interesting.
Yeah, so
my people, the Samoka see now, we're talking about election. Campaign activity will be starting the next few days, few weeks. Election Commission get busy. Sedition going to go campaign there. But we'll give it to Stephen Jara. That's my prediction.
okay.
They made that king second to Brandon Samoka. We'll give it to him. CDC, you're not getting there, okay?
Yeah,
That's my prediction. Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, it depends on if Stephen Jara run on Unity Party ticket.
He went, I think, as independent candidate.
Yeah.
Probably they will reconsider that this time around.
All right. Let's move on to our next topics of discussion, which is very, very interesting. But before that, let us play you the clip so that this discussion is going to be very, very much interesting. Let me play you the clip.
Political leaders, members of the collaborating political party, our massive supporters, wherever they may be, sympathizers of Liberia. Many of you have been very concerned and even worried about the way the CPP, which has toured a beacon of hope for Liberia, having been buried, and similarly see that internal random. We all agree that this is not only hurt, but equally disappointing that this has distracted us from our responsibilities to the Liberian people. The Unity Party took over the rotational leadership of the CPP on October 15, 2021, making it exactly half the period of our tenure yesterday. Today, I would like to give you a brief report of our stewardship as follows. We took over the CPP leadership with a good feeling of an opportunity to reconcile the already fractured collaboration and repair relations over the alleged altered framework document by our colleague, the ALP political leader. Already, the committee report of all parties had resulted in a deadline with public fully engaged. You will recall that I personally attended all leadership turnover events and membership of the CPP in the show's support for every leadership and desire to work together. I even campaigned with all collaborating party leaders. You will also recall that during the turnover to me, all but the ANC leader and members attended, even though I had called Mr. Cummins personally the day before, and he responded by saying he was already in the United States to attend the meeting. The first meeting of our National Advisory Council, the highest decision-making organ of the CPP, could not have held because ANC had refused to attend. Under our rules, the absence of a single party from the four constituent parties constituted a no quorum. because there must be at least a member from each party to constitute the quorum to conduct business. The excuse then was that there was no agenda and no framework document to cause the meeting, even though a citation was sent way beforehand. The only meeting to have been held on December 2nd, 2022, ended in an uproar. It was then and then that I asked for an exclusive meeting with the three political leaders to discuss and profile the way forward for the CPP. That meeting was held on December 6, 2021. And at that meeting, the political leader of the AFP, Mr. Yuri, asked the political leader of the ANC, Mr. Collins, to accept responsibility for the altered framework document as a way forward, because he said the alterations occurred during his leadership. Mr. Yuri proposed that so as to bring the stalemate to a close, Mr. Cummins refused and proposed another committee as a response to my request for a way forward. So another meeting was scheduled, and on the day set for the meeting, Mr. Cummins told me that he was scheduled to leave for the United States. Another opportunity was being made. The more talk about trip to Ghana as a further manifestation of our pursuit to reconcile the CPP, the exacerbation of the conflict in the Liberty Party on the day of my return, deepening the conflict within the CPP. Fellow Liberians, fathers and supporters, we appreciate the desire to see a united and unified CPP. We are grateful for your massive support of our candidates in December 2020 special senatorial election. Let me assure you that all is not lost. Liberia will be redeemed. God is still in the country. We have since held consultations with eminent persons, religious leaders, CPP political leaders, our legal team for a way forward, but not either favorable results in order to solve the problem. Fellow Liberians, partisan supporters, sympathizers, you are all aware that political disagreements are resolved through negotiations or consensus. Our willingness to continue the CPP depended largely on our honest interactions and cooperation. Sadly, as of now, we see no way forward, and so we have all decided to go our separate ways. Many of you have told us how disappointed you are, and we understand your feelings of loss. Do not despair. Even though the CPP did not work out, the Unity Party is working with other political parties and individuals, as we can assure you, our supporters, that there will be a more formidable and respectable partnership that will ensure President Weir is a one-time president. This, we can assure you that your hopes and hopes of Liberians will be restored. In closing, may I say that after so much demand from our partisans, the leadership and even the executive committee of the Unity Party, the UPP, has finally resolved to withdraw from the CPP. May God guide our decisions and save our great country, Liberia. Thank you. Thank you.
the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, stating, making it clear that Unity Party have officially left the CPP. What is it?
I think a lot of Unity Party partisans and supporters of Ambassador Boakai and so many people have pushed this narrative ever since. So I think it's a welcoming decision. I don't know how much thing they consider in their own behind the scene kind of conversation. But from all indications, if it's not working, it is not working.
Yeah, but do you think that this move made by Unity Party at this time, do you think it was timely?
I would say I don't want to speak for Unity Party directly, but from the political perspective, the way I see it, Abi, when you are in a relationship with somebody, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, it's not working, the best thing you can do is to walk away nicely instead of getting into battle. Because when we look at Alexander B. Cummings' case, when we look at it from the perspective of the legal battle, Cummings is going to get convicted. The only way he's now going to get convicted, he will have to do one thing, to plea bargain, which is the government to the Minister of Justice, Solicitor General Office is open to. But from all indication, Cummings is not willing to do that. Abi, even right here in America, I'm not even talking about Liberia, this country that is sophisticated, it is almost 99.9%. And how do I call it? Kind of like positive when it comes to upper court affirming the lower court decision. Morovia Senate Court told Cummings and his lawyer, under the law, there is no violation for the plaintiff, the state, to request you to bring the document. Cummings get out and go to circuit court that is a little bit higher than the city court. Circuit court put hold on it at the level of the lower court. They went into it. They affirmed Morovia Magisterial Court decision for Cummings to bring the paper. Okay. Cummings' lawyers ran away from there again and went to criminal court A. Few days later, criminal court A said, my man, bring the paper.
All right.
So you think Supreme Court going to disagree with the three courts? You know the rationale behind it, legal rationale behind it. The Supreme Court consists of 5 judges. Is it 5 or 9? Here in America it's 9. I think what it could be 5. I don't know. But let's just hold it constant.
In Liberia, I think it's 9.
It's 9 because even here in the US it's 9 too. But let's just hold it constant. You know the reason they do that, even though Liberia is a small country? For example, the court that's sitting down in Lofa County, the district court are there, or the circuit court are there, whatever circuit court there, or maybe in Bon County, those judges are domiciled in that locale. So they know more about the people that live in that area when it comes to criminal justice system.
Okay.
So the Supreme Court judges don't go down there. So when they start to tell those judges down there that you didn't do it right, or we can't agree with you on this, then there will be a different thing. So a Cummings lawyer said they're going to the Supreme Court. It's just another way for his legal team to make more money. And it's going to fall on him. They already got some seat vacant. He probably won. Cummings is not going to even be allowed to register as a candidate, if that be the case.
Okay.
Learning from this experience of Samuka. So, from all indications, whether the Unity Party leave now, I know they're gone already, or they don't go, the CPP is not going to hold. Because Cummings is going to be out. Kumi's going to be out. Are they going to bring another standard bearer? Maybe. Okay. But you think that standard bearer going to kind of like backslide from what Kumis were doing? No, because what? When you say ANC, it's Kumis. When you say Kumis, it's ANC. He owns the ANC. He pays everybody from his pocket. Okay? Then you go to Liberty Party. They don't want to be president. AIP don't want to be president. They can literally join Joseph Boakai without them being in any collaboration, without any paperwork. Okay, now, Liberty Party also has a battle. They are also in court. And from all indication, that case, they say it was a cartoon. But their defense counsel took over 2 hours to respond to the cartoon case.
But that way now, I am saying that this walking away from the CP, it was never timely. It was never timely at all.
My brother,
because
the Unity Party, in consultation with their followers, can carve another nomenclature. It don't have to be the CPP. And the same kind of people can come under that umbrella. So let it go. For me, I think they need to let go the CPP.
For me, I am saying that they make a big mistake, and that mistake going to haunt them for tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. JMB never wanted to leave the CPP. So you waited. They have indicted Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. You're looking at the case. You just predicted on the case.
And Musa Belete also indicted, you know that, right?
Yeah. So looking at the case, you are already prehend. You are already giving a verdict before the verdict can be passed. That he is going to be convicted. If Mr. Alexander B. Cummings is asked not to run, who do you think that is going to run the CPP? If
CPP will automatically be dissolved by acclamation because nobody there. It will be like empty vacuum. But I hope you are not forgetting.
I am saying in a terms of JMB and Mr. Cummings remaining on the CP and that of Liberty Party were there at Ginger. If Mr. Alexander B. Cummings is convicted, he has already been convicted. He cannot run. Who you think will run?
On the ANC ticket?
No, I mean on the CP. Because the CP, they're having 2 contested candidates. They already had 2
My brother,
candidates.
Joseph Boakai gone. If Cummings is convicted, there is no CPP. The way you want to stay there for? CPP needs support. But another question I want to ask you, AB, you were one of the guys that joined the wagon prior to today that told the Unity Party to walk away ever since, right?
Yeah, to walk away.
Have you changed your mind?
Ever since then, ever since I told the Unity Party to walk away, ever since then. The Unity
but
Party
you don't think that, I think they finally walk away? You don't think that's a good thing, the fact that you said it ever since?
At the time that one of the comrades are already in court, at the time that we're looking at one of their comrades for him to be convicted, at the time that we are looking at one of their comrades to be a serial malage and deviant of the Liberian society, at the time that we are looking at one of their comrades to be lackadaisical in his statement, that by saying that we have the document, that by saying we are guilty, you guys forgive me, then he come out the next time, he said the document does not exist.
But that's the best sign to tell you now that this man is a flip-flopper. It's a flip-flopper, so there is no CPP. Whether they dissolve it legally or not, Joe Boakai walk away. Liberty Party does not have interest in presidency for at least 2023. ARP, the same thing. So only Boakai will hold the CPP, and we don't know the legal ramification in that document to stay on until Kumi is convicted. And the Liberian people have already given on CPP anyway. So why is the need of staying there? Bwaka stayed there, he's not even speaking as a chairperson. Hey, you are a father in the home and you're not playing the role of a father. Why is the need for you to be in that home? If you are a mother in the home, you're not playing the role of a mother in the home. What is the need for you to be there? So, Bwaka, the chairperson of the CPP, he's not even speaking on behalf of the CPP because of the same confusion. So the best thing, I think, it is what they just did. Walk away. If you want to come up with new nomenclature, new arrangement, and this time around, do it differently and learn, you know, based on what they have learned from the CPP arrangement. I don't think it's problematic, and I don't think like it is not timely too. Maybe everybody was saying, you know, Unity Party need to go, Unity Party need to go, but Bwaka being who he is, he didn't think that he needed to do it with rush. He needed to take his time. He needed
to do it. Not
probably carry on some consultation.
Not to rush, but to wait. The same man that carry Alexander B. Cummings to court, that's the same man that was with JMB yesterday.
Yeah, because we carried the man to court, he refused. He refused to collaborate in real time. He was planted. He thought it could work for him. But now he got cut off. Yeah. And no need to feel sorry for him, walk away and leave him there.
Nothing called the CPP for now on. But JMB never just behaved right to the CPP. To my own belief, JMB never just behaved right to the CPP. To admit to you guys, JMB never behaved right to the CPP. At the time that JMB came here, we all were saying, walk away. Walk away. JMB now walk away.
AB, every baby that is born will take time to sit down, to crawl, and to walk eventually. So saying and doing, they are two different things. I think this is the best time, and thank God Cummings is in court, and the severity of the legal battle is increasing day in, day out. I hope they're already gone to the Supreme Court, and the good news is one justice in chamber, and one justice cannot make decision on it. So before the Supreme Court come back for their next turn, we already gone probably 2-3 months on a cartoon case.
You call that cartoon case?
That's what they say. But the cartoon case, the end of what they say on Spoon Talk, that the case was not even legal. So the case was not legal, it went 2 months already. Illegal case can be dismissed upon arrival. So the fact that the case are not getting any way to get out of the court, it is not illegal. It's a legal case, and that's why I say they're going.
All right, let us play you. Shortly, we'll be taking your calls upon playing this video.
But first, we also understand the substance of the allegation against Mr. Cummings and the other two defendants. The government of Liberia is alleging that Mr. Cummings and the other two defendants conspired to alter the CPP framework document regarding the period for a party to exit the framework, the CPP framework, thereby deceiving the ALP and the public that issue about the period for exiting the framework was resolved, but according to them, it was not resolved. That is the substance of the allegation against Mr. Cummings and the two defendants. The charges against them, forgery, criminal conspiracy, those charges are second-degree misdemeanor. Second-degree misdemeanor, which has a sentence, the both charges, of not more than 4 months, and even the fines will be not less than $1,000. I mean, you imagine the state of such a petty offense requesting for a televised trial. I think it's quite ridiculous.
is quite ridiculous. It shows the intent, the motive for the request that they made. Thankfully, the judge knows the law.
Declared by the judge, they go in your favor.
Well, it is not a matter of hope. We are quite categorical as to the constitutional prohibition. The laws we cited, our legal memorandum, is very rich in terms of what we rely on, and we are very much confident that the court will decide as and when and how the court decides will determine the next course of action.
I'm very sure that you are happy because the judge will in your favor.
Well, it's not every decision that the judge makes in your favor that you have to be happy. You just have to be consistent in what you do and make sure that you stick to your argument. The matter does not end on the basis of one ruling. I have told you all that we are consistent in this matter. We will pursue it to a logical conclusion. If it requires us going to the Supreme Court so that the court passes in this issue, we will certainly do that.
So what that means is that even from here, if the ruling were to be against you, you're not going to come back to the civil court, the civil court. Instead, you're going to go up to the Supreme Court and appeal.
We have said that repeatedly, that this is a fundamental constitutional issue. We are not challenging the constitutionality of an act. No. We are saying that the magistrate misapply the law in terms of two doctrines. One, the out of production, two, the collective entity. He applied the collective entity to individuals. When an individual is charged with the commission of a crime, our Constitution, Article 21H is categorical, shall not be compelled to furnish evidence against himself. Relating that to the Fifth Amendment, we have said the Fifth Amendment says the person shall not be a witness against himself. When you define evidence, evidence is an embodiment of all species of materials, information, objects, books. It encompasses all of them. So witness is just one element of the evidence we are talking about. So when our Constitution says that a witness, an accused shall not furnish evidence against himself, it means it applies to documents, it applies to books, it applies to testimonies. Even at that, the Fifth Amendment, as interpreted by the Federal Supreme Court of the United States, has expanded that particular provision to include books, documents, and any species of evidence.
What do you expect on Friday?
Well, I expect the judge to rule in keeping with the law.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's see what we're talking about.
But I think I should be the first. Why I want to go to Sila before all kinds of
Because you came outside first.
So what is the issue?
The issue is we want to know now that the hearing has concluded and with the judge reserving ruling until Friday, Thursday rather. What are your hopes?
Look, first,
before the end of that, first the judge ruled against you.
He didn't want to rule against me, rule against them as well. Part of the issue they raised.
Let's talk about yours.
No, let's talk about theirs. Part of the issue is that first is an elementary practice in criminal procedure law. You can't file a motion on the same day you serve your adversary. 1 minute later, then you make an application for them to consolidate the old motion and the new motion. We were served 7 minutes to the commencement of the trial. Then they asking the judge that the judge should consolidate the motion to dismiss and then the motion that they filed. The question we asked the court was that, Your Honor, number one, we don't have the time to respond. Every motion, written motion, we should respond to it through writing. We should resist it through writing. We have just been served a copy of the motion. How can we hear this? So the judge dismissed that. Then they make an application for consolidation. The motion to consolidate is different from the motion to strike. Again, the judge denied that. They claim that our motion to dismiss was not properly verified. But under the principle of law and practice, if you say the motion that we file is not properly verified, you have to attach a copy. But you can't just do a plain pleading. There's nothing attached to it, nothing, no evidence to that. Well, the judge said, and we told the court, we said, Your Honor, the man in his submission or his petition, he said the law that is started, that the judge in the court below relied upon is inferior to the Constitution. So therefore, he raising the inferiority or the superiority of the Constitution. When that question is raised, it's not cognizable on a summary proceeding. It's a question of law that can be determined by the Supreme Court. The judge said the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of all constitutional issues. The judge said by the expression final arbiter, it means a constitutional issue can originate from anywhere. We have a disagreement. Well, that's the opinion of the judge. And the judge has made our motion to dismiss on that ground. But we then demonstrated to the court their own pleading, where they squarely said that the statute is inferior to the Constitution. That question of the inferiority of the statute is not raised in the court below, it must be raised in the Supreme Court. We also challenge the court. We say, look, the procedure governing the Circuit Court is not the same procedure governing the Supreme Court. The procedure says when an application is filed on summary before you must cite the party before you issue any stay order. In this case, you issue a stay order before you cited the party, and we show the judge the rule. We say Rule 33 of the Rules of Court forbids you from doing that. You must cite the party before the party comes, and we hear, then you can issue the order. We also say, we challenge the judge, we say, you have no authority to hear this particular summary proceeding because it's venue for the November 10, 2022. Under the new judiciary law, especially we cited the law, we said section 3.9 of the new judiciary law says that the Chief Justice will assign judges to court on a 10-to-10 basis. So, Your Honor, were you to proceed to hear this matter that is venue for the November 10th, for which you have no letter of appointment, certainly you will be violating the law, because then there will be no reason. Any judge can just sit down and determine the case that is venue for another term. We say the case doesn't venue before you because you are not sure, Your Honor, that you'll be here in the November 10, 2022. Number two, you don't have any letter of appointment under section 3.9. The judge disagreed with us. We accepted to that ruling. So those are the key issues. The third issue we raised was that when the matter is on summary, you only review the decision and action, the activities of the judge in the court below. You don't raise an entirely new issue. When you raise an entirely new issue, there is not cognizable before the court. For example, the non-existence of the document that you're talking about, it was never raised. The issue of Mo Ali distributing the document to them was never denied. You can't come up here now and raise an entirely new issue. Well, the judge ruled. Our duty is to obey the judge, but now we have the option and the opportunity to go up to the Supreme Court for the court to review the decision whether or not if a Liberian citizen squarely raises a constitutional issue, the court below can pass upon that. And whether or not on a summary proceeding they raise an entirely new issue, and whether or not the action of the judge in violation of Rule 33, whether it's acceptable. For example, Rule 33 of the Rules of Court says he must cite the party. The other issue was, I talked about the court is setting this term of court is called the November 10, 2021. Can this court hear a case that is venue for November 10, 2022?
No. Now, Counsel, it seems like we're on a marathon here because it's just a pre-trial of this case.
We're ready for a fight.
You consider Sida talking about going to the Supreme Court. You just talked about going to the Supreme Court.
There's no even about it. We're on our way. We're on our way, and the reason why we're on our way, we stated those issues. Let the Supreme Court interpret for us and for the Liberian people whether a judge sitting in one term can determine a case venue for another term. That's a question of law.
Counsellor, why you want to prolong this case?
No, I'm not prolonging the issue. I'm being a bit circumspect, especially in dealing with some of the critical issues as it relates to law. I'm somebody who is learning in the law. I should respect the law. I should respect the court. I respect the judge. I congratulate the judge. I say, Your Honor, we'll see. So they are on their way to Supreme Court. We are on our way to Supreme Court.
From the way you're sounding, it seems like the ruling is reserved for Thursday, but it seems like you already know the outcome.
No. There's no way that I can preempt the outcome. I'm only going to Supreme Court. I may go to Supreme Court on the three basic fundamental issues I asked. Question number one, I want for you to take this into consideration. Whether a judge can sit in one term and determine a case venue for another term at one. Two, whether the rules governing the circuit, especially Rule 33, a court of law of that nature can issue a stay order absent the hearing of the party. And two, the third issue is where a party raises squarely a constitutional issue, challenging and indicating that the statute relied upon in the code below is inferior to the Constitution. Whether on summary, that court can determine. The fourth issue is whether the court on summary can hear an entirely new issue that was never brought up in the code below.
So with all of what you're raising, then it seems like whatever decision is made by the judge, by Judge Roosevelt Willie, If the Supreme Court rules, if Judge Roosevelt rules against you, then of course everything is overturned.
Well, first and foremost,
that is
I have never
Supreme Court.
Conceptualized the idea that Judge Willie will rule against me or he will not rule against me. I'm only acting within the pale of the law. So what does the law say?
So, Counsel, why if the case, why if the ruling of favor?
No, I don't deal with supposition.
You go to the Supreme Court and you stay there?
Thank you. I just got a meaning of the court. I don't deal with the word if, what, but, how, no. Because I'm a prosecutor. I believe in the law. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I just got a minutes of the court. The raw minutes of the court. I'm going to read the raw minutes of the court and act accordingly as the law requires. That's what we're supposed to do. This matter, we didn't start with us. We didn't start this matter. They started this matter. I'm not a member of CPP. I'm only the state prosecutor. And if a Liberian citizen comes before me and complains to the court consistent with the law, and the court issue a raid and the raid is sent over to me, I must prosecute. I'll tell you something, beginning tomorrow, I will be in the Musa Belete case, I'll be prosecutor, I'll be leading the prosecution department.
That's my word. Filed the interpretation article is 21H.
No, the court doesn't have the authority to interpret Article 21, it needs Supreme Court. So it's not a question of whether I'm certified. If I disagree, I'm going to go to Supreme Court. Okay. So I might go to Supreme Court. Starting from today to tomorrow, I might.
Okay.
And I'm considering that.
So we look forward to the ruling is going to come out, so maybe tomorrow we expect to see Supreme Court.
No. What I will do, I will not, because if I go to Supreme Court now, I might steal any further ruling. Okay. But they might do it. They might do so because they file a motion to strike, and the motion to strike, they attach no evidence. Then they serve it on, then they say the court should consolidate a motion to strike with a motion to dismiss. The judge said that's not the procedure. So, because the judge denied that, they might go to Supreme Court. They might likely go to Supreme Court. So while they are on their way to Supreme Court, we are also on our way to Supreme Court.
All right. Okay, thank you. Wish you success. Thanks a lot. Let's see who wins the Supreme Court battle. That's another That's our Solicitor General, Sima Serena. Talking about also going to the Supreme Court. So that's how we like to wrap things up here. Well, you know, my brother, you know, their case here, their case not any Jana.
Alexander Cummings, I told you he's in trouble. Especially with his political ambition for presidency. Nothing else but presidency. He's in trouble. And you know, Abi, let me tell you something. These people, politics is very cheap in Liberia. If you're just honest about it.
Yeah.
Politics is cheap. But when you make it with greediness, then you lose all. You cannot be opposition. This thing doesn't make no sense to any rational person. You cannot be opposition to a specific political party, ruling political party. George Weah, government. One thing people forgetting to know, especially in Liberia, Africa, especially Liberia, the president is the only person who has a political trinity. The president is the head of the executive branch of government. The president is the head of the army, commander, CRC, right?
He can keep your call coming in and onto 1 5.
All right. The president is also head of state and president of the Republic of Liberia. With the separation and check and balances and equal coordination, the president can actually overshadow the other two branches of government in any time, any moment. But these people take the theory from, you know, the man from Coca-Cola, Liberia. It doesn't work there. You cannot be working hard with your retirement money, taking people from different political parties, pressure group, getting them to your party, paying them good money based on Liberian standard, very good money, and you are the same person going to that man court. The court right now is under the jurisdictions of the George Weah-led government. Y'all need to remember this. Chief Justice had no business going to the Senate, going to Capitol Hill to preside over that kangaroo legislative court. I continue making this reference. that led to the
take our first
removal of Kabena Jane. You want to replace this man, but you allow yourself to go to the main court. You pour in confusion that got your whole focus distracted. You think you will win Serena Sif? You think you will win the government in the case? Especially that they didn't hold you there and you hold yourself there? I want to see it.
Let's take our first call. Cora, what is your name and where are you calling from?
AB, this is Jerome calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
John, go ahead.
Yeah. You see, first of all, let me just say this. I don't belong to any party. I'm just a neutral person. But I see this thing is like we're not trying. We are bringing disgrace to ourselves in that country. Number one, I say this to say that whenever the world change and development is a taboo for Liberian. When anybody ever says I'm bringing change or I'm bringing development in this country, people will go against you bitterly.
No, I disagree.
If he gave the man chance, you
want me to
finish
or
it.
you will just disagree.
Okay,
go
ahead. Say your own.
Okay, let me say my own. Because whenever we hear the word change or development, we stay against that person and victory or getting all kind of names. We do all kind of things. People, the problems that are going on in our country, ourselves are putting it on ourselves. We got people saying that here in America that promoting undercover, promoting Georgia secretly. They think that they are destroying the CPP or destroying or Wakai. This I say this to say that. So people are saying that here, say, oh, Kumi is this, Wakai is this is that. But they're not helping to solve the problem. They just destroying it. You think if you bomb off, Kumi, if you bomb off Kumi, then look, you are driving the voters away from who's supposed to come and develop the country.
Okay.
Now,
there's just one thing that you said, and I want to correct you on that. Mr. Alexander B. Kumi, you just said that once people want to bring development, Mr. Alexander B. Kumi never brought development to Liberia. Mr. Alexander B. Kumi was a head of the Coca-Cola Foundation or Coca-Cola factory for a rack of ages. He never talked thing about Liberia. When Mr. Cummings was seeing war leaders, he never had a foundation in Liberia. When Mr. Cummings visited Nelson Mandela, he and a wife, they went to South Africa. They never think about Liberia. He never spoke a Liberian English. But now that they retire him, Mr. Alexander B. Kumi was seen by Joseph Newman Boakai, invited him to attend, excuse me, went to attend the Atlanta, Georgia, and Liberian people invited JMB. JMB invited Mr. Alexander B. Cummings to that. Say, my good friend, come here with me. That from there, that Mr. Cummings decided to eventually get involved into Liberian people. He never just stopped there. Mr. Cummings went to Liberia. He worked in the government. He worked in the Ellen Justice Ellen government. All right? So the issue of you saying, when people want to bring development in Liberia, they can. Who?
Maybe, can I ask our callers a question?
So you want to tell me that for everyone that want to become somebody to Liberia must do something for Liberia before you become president or senator or representative? That's what you're saying?
No, you don't need to be president. You don't need to be representative. You can be a peaceful citizen and invest into our country.
No. You saying Kumi have not did not do anything when you want to go for you want with President of South Africa and you don't want to do anything for the country. So I'm asking you, do someone have to do something, build a skyscraper or build road in Liberia before you become president or senator or before the people know that you can run for
that question should be going to Mr. Cummins. You should be asking Mr. Cummins.
You see, Abi, let me say this. This is why the corruption is so high in Africa.
Okay.
This is why the corruption is so high in Africa, because we are expecting like you now, even sitting down on the show and contributing towards educating Liberia. That's a good thing. You don't have to go to Liberia and build skyscraper or build road or
but that's my own contribution. That's my own contributions.
Yeah, but Kumi got school there. Forget about that.
When did Kumi open school?
Kumi got school.
When did he open school? I'm asking when did he open that school? And I say that the man does not have school.
It doesn't matter how long.
Okay. Can I ask you a caller, please?
It doesn't matter how long or you do it, but how well you do it. But let me say this. Now, you guys were saying out here, talking about John Weah did not speak. John Weah is a bubble man. John Weah did and John Weah did not promise
we are not talking about Josh Money. We are pleased.
No, listen.
No, we have to take another call. We have to take another call.
I'm coming somewhere. Anyway, I'm coming somewhere. Wait. I'm coming somewhere. Give me 1 minute. So you said John Weah did not promise nobody. Are you there?
Brother, you're having 1 minute. Just go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know right there. Now, it can be saying now what they're not speaking, not doing anything. The people that go on in our country. He not as head of man, as a wise man. He not bringing anything to solve it. Do you think that when the man become president, you will solve problem or you will do something or right, or you will even free up from all the things that go on and you can't solve?
Yeah. Thank you. Let's take another caller here. Yeah, David.
Good morning, Ibi.
Yeah, Quarters, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I call you from Liberia. My name is David Flomo.
James Flomo, go ahead. David Flomo, go ahead.
Yeah, Ibi, I think about 2 months ago, I told you, I said, the case will end into Supreme Court. That my brother just spoke just now. He making mistake. In that 1999 election, 2000, we now get down for like a back issue. Post will come with 200 back go and give to the community. The life now we live in and the way the young people coming up, they not coming up with back issue. Like what he say, exam coming during the COVID-19, he said we brought 1.5 million. How you spending 1.5 million? You can't tell like people how you use the money. You can't get the accountable. When you say corruption, do you say when you say corruption, only money? If your friend is a corruption by itself. If you get into the system, you want to manipulate the system, it's a corruption. You can't get enough only money. Liberian, the way we're moving now, the next generation are coming up, will be more advanced than us. So now a way by the team supposed to bring back already, come vote for back already. Now back already, they will eat money. The type of vision. What can you do? An exam coming had opportunity to go as running mate. Since Liberia of only, since I started for that voted money for or 3 different times. Since Liberia of only, that's my first time. So now when I tell my friend, they say, do you know for the citizen themselves to embrace you to go as running mate or to select you to say go as running mate to the person? I'm my very first time to say in Liberia, there's no election. Even President we are no, or Washington, they only sedition, but he don't want to go out running me. But when the citizen said they said the volunteer to tell you, go out running me. You know what they tell you? They are telling you they want to prepare you. But if you look at it, you look at it, listen to Spoon TV, every day they tell you, Spoon talk say, you can become president. And now your money. In the country, money can carry you everywhere. You can get money, say, they will damage your money. I know what happened to former Bengal. punishment, even Major, our in Lofa County. Kennedy Senate, our in Lofa, our in Vanyaman, I gave her, I saw money. I saw my first time I see money like cartoon. How can you give money to somebody like you don't know them? And they let me sign for the money. It was the only kind of group they take the money carry. I said, what? So one of my friends later said to me, I may still lose election. I said, get happy. But when I may lose election, even to the party I call the Red or Cali Junction, I went there, I was sitting in the pool, there was 40-watt generator. Generator I put current on in the building. The 14-watt here, they're signing. I gave her, I said, what? They guys tell me, say, exam coming, the country, this when it's corruption and money, it's not only money. You can't get in the system, you want to bypass the system. That will give financial man tough time until I say, case will go to the Supreme Court. Then we'll go to the Supreme Court. Let me tell you one thing. Exam coming will go in jail for 1 year. Or I want the lawyer say
Senator Sifa said that, and you will plead for the man to go.
He said, "We feel sorry for him. He does continue to defy the prosecution department
for 1 year.
But if he keep doing that, he will go to jail."
Student for 1 year. They gave me honestly to tell that people won't kill you.
All right, thank you, David.
Yeah, they put that. Yeah. So when people be discussing, Nana America here, a different country here. They put it the way thing Nana before.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you hear from our caller. I mean, David said it right. I mean, our country, you know, Elizana Bikumi is thinking that the Democrat and Republican issue here. That's how you're thinking.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that Liberia does not have a philosophical ideology. Everybody the same. America, yeah, they got philosophical ideology in terms of politics. In our country, we don't have that there. Everybody the same. Who you see different over there? What different ideology do the Unity Party got, Liberty Party, the ANC people? They see people flipping from one point to another. That's the first thing. The second thing is the country has lived in perpetual corruption at all levels for over 200 years in real time. Now you go there, you disrespect everybody. That's what the last time I said on this platform, I said, hey, Samuel don't kill himself. Arizona Bikumi carry inside the court. He is actually prosecuting himself.
Yeah.
Because you cannot form part of a group of people, 2 men, 1 woman, and you make them 4, all of your adults, and every time y'all go to a meeting, y'all agree on something, you say you consult a lawyer. Why not you carry your lawyer to the meeting, or your lawyers? Or before you go there, you consult with them. You do it like spoon talk people. Spoon talk people research conference, text messages.
It's right on the screen. The number to call is right on the screen. Or you can call 215-824-8124. 215-824-8124. Or you can better call 267-938-2801. 267-938-2801. The number is right up here. It's right up here. The number is right up here. The number is right up here. The number is, if you are watching the show, you can see the number passing right up here. So, you know, you stop asking me for the number. The number is right up here. The number is printed again on the platform down below. Just go there to go click on it and you will find a number. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so the fact of the matter is, it is difficult to bring trouble on yourself when somebody is sitting down watching you to make sure you get into trouble, the person you want to replace. If you and your friend go to meeting every day and you know you will not agree and stand by it, when you come, your lawyers will advise you, you will take different stuff. Carry your lawyers to the meeting, or before you go there, consult them, or when you are there, send a text message. This is what we're about to talk about, and why you're saying. You see, these school people can do.
No, hold on. Okay,
they do their research from, cell phone text messages.
You are in a noise. You are in a noise. You are in a very noisy
okay.
place.
Okay, let me just get my phone away from. This is Monoba. I was just calling to to just join the discussion. Um, Especially when it comes to Mr. Comey case. One of the problems that I see with Mr. Comey is that let Mr. Comey also remember that this government is prosecuting you based on one of the things that I want you to remember. When you look for a lawyer to stop this government from receiving money from the United States government, and that is in the heart of this government, and they will find a way to get
You
to see how big
you have any proof to what you are saying?
Yeah, I mean, it was even said on the Spoon TV, on the Spoon Talk, that he has that he was the one who hired the lobbyists to to stop the American government of giving money to the we-led government. So the people know exactly what was happening.
So you think that because of that they are trying to prosecute my brother?
So that I mean that all those things involved, they may not just come out to say, but all those things involved. But the first one I want to say to you, how much sympathy for the loss of your father.
Yeah.
I was there before 2009, and I know what it means to lose. And my father was the best friend to me, and I just want to extend my sympathy to you. How much sympathy?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, I seriously agree with you that this guy shot himself in his leg. Mr. Comey, because they brought the vice presidency candidacy to Mr. Comey was honor. They said, Mr. Mayor, can you be the vice president for Mr. JNB in order for us to hold? In that time, all the polling places, whether on radio, whether on talk show, whether on what, all the print media, electronic and print media. JMB first, Alexander B. Comey second. That was what the country was hoping to achieve, and for them to boot Mr. Joshua Emmanuel we are out for one term. But the way I seen it, I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. I'm not saying that it's impossible. But for us to just sit down like the way other people think that politics is, it's not going to be a small joke. Don't take our next caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Batango Belete, and I call you from Minnesota.
Go ahead, Mr. Belete.
Yes, thank you for accepting my call. I just want to make sure I've been watching the program. You said something I did. Could I look at it? Look. I'm not a supporter of comics.
You have to put some voice. You have to put some vigor in your voice.
Yeah.
You have to give your voice, some uprightness.
Okay. I'm not a supporter of comics, right? But the issue you raised about corporation, that he was heading a corporation, like Coca-Cola, and then he didn't do anything. I hope you understand, the principles that are guiding, institutions in America.
So you can get paid?
Listen to me. That even if you are head of certain organization, you can't just take certain project and just go back home. It's just like when Obama became president of the United States, what were African expectations of him? They were just thinking that money is there, he can just take it. You can't do that. You get what I mean? So the issue of development, your contribution to your nation, it doesn't matter when. It's just a matter when you have the intent to do it. Like somebody was saying, if you look at Comey, he has scholarship, he has other programs that whether he's chosen as a president or not, these programs still remain existing in Liberia. It still helps Liberians to build the progress.
Okay, thank you.
Your institution, you can't just take money. That's my point.
Okay.
And the last point I want to make is that, do you think it's fair for do you think it's fair for a lead prosecutor of the country to make prejudgment on a case that's already in court? the outcome of the
Yes.
vote? Do you think it's fair?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Quarter, what is the name and where are you calling from?
The mayor prosecutor, you think going to say someone going to win?
Quarter, what is the
You
name
know what he's
and
doing.
where are you calling her from? Quarter, calling from 9101. What is the name and where are you calling her from? All right.
Hello.
Yeah, Quarter, what is the name and where are you calling her from?
Yeah, my name is Robert Bomo, calling.
No. Quarter from 5788. You hold on. Quarter from what is the number?
9101.
Yeah, 9101. You go ahead.
Hello.
9101. You go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm calling you just. My name is Robert Bumbo. I just want to make a little bit contribution on this particular program where we're running. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said what?
I said I just want to make a little contribution.
Yeah, go ahead. You have the time.
Oh, okay. You see, on this particular issue, you know, in politics in Liberia, it's very unique. But sometimes you make it nasty for yourself.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means that when communists enter politics in Liberia, the first thing he started jumping from one party to another. What I mean jumping from one party, he started extracting members from different party to another. But you have to remember that these people were already in situation with another party. They were members of other party. Now, you see, our people used to say, when you come in and you say you grease it, what they do, they make the hole in the bucket and put it under you. When you fill it up, then they know that you grease it. It's what communists brought in that country.
Okay.
By himself.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm having not finished here.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that's what he brought on himself. Because, you see, the people that you thought you...
What are coming to you, just hold on.
Remember, they were already loyalty to that party. And because he said you pay them more money, you don't think they will betray you?
Okay.
He looked for his own problem.
Okay. Thank you.
No, what they look for that problem for him. He looked for his own problem.
Thank you.
All right.
Calling from 5788, go ahead. Calling from 5788, go ahead.
Hello, Ebi, how are you today?
Yeah, doing good. Calling from 5788,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, this is me. I'm calling from Rhode Island. I'm Paul Jebo. How are you guys today, Francis and Ebi?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Great. I like the topic on the discussion. I want to appreciate you guys. However, let me just give my input, and I will just be snappy.
Okay, be
First
snappy.
First of all, there's a saying that says, a child who doesn't hear feels. And a child who says his mother will not sleep will also not sleep, right?
What does that mean?
That means Mr. Cummings has exhibited a very bad example. And what he just performed by undermining the CPP through his arrogance and using money, inducing people from one party to the other, from one party to his party, in the same collaboration, tells me that Mr. Cummings has been an underminer at Coca-Cola. I think he undermined his way into the top. Because they say, charity begins at home and ends there, bro. What Cummings exhibited in the CPP was what he had been doing at Coca-Cola. And God just decided to expose him.
Thank you.
Now, Now, let me just close on this.
Okay.
Comey has lost his chances of the presidency. What did I say so? You know, he take advantage of the fact that he thinks Manasali will make a final decision by putting him in a position as she did to allegedly did to Ria. So he was just operating under her mandate and didn't care to respect any other person because their objective and goal is to get rid of Joseph Boakai dream of becoming a president of the Republic of Liberia. So
Thank
he
you.
was squarely executing that plan. And it was calculative.
Thank
You
you.
listen to the old man what he said, that they called Comey on numerous occasions, but he gave plenty of excuses. And he misled himself by allowing people like Spoon, Tumani George, and other people to mislead him on Spoon Show.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, Dr.
I hope he can
Richardson.
learn from this. But
Thank you. Kora, what is your name and where are you calling from? Kora calling from 5703. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, AB.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yeah,
You hear me?
you are live.
Okay. Yeah. This is Lee, man. I'm calling from North Dakota, and to be specific, in Fargo.
Fargo, go ahead.
Yeah, AB. I wake up this morning, and when I heard about the Senate had declared our seat in Lofa vacant, I was very shocked about it. So this is my great concern. But why is it that since 2020 December up to present, those people have to wait for a year plus before, but doing that kind of an act. And those people from Lofa have been held by one senator.
But do you want that's the reason why the grandmaster came out and he listened to the grandmaster. What are the grandmaster mandate have been taking? You are here now to confirm that or not. The government has won. The grandmaster is in limo, and in fact he war. The grandmaster was is been looked at as feeble.
But then AB, then but there is a serious problem in our country right now because but that case it was at the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court asked him for him to make a certain X amount available, and I think he did. But then but those people start playing game on the issue. And operation, it has reached to this stage. It's so shocking. It's so shocking today.
Okay, thank you.
Let me provide him some more information. Tell him, let me give it to him free. Maybe he just wake up.
Yeah, go ahead.
My brother, I guess you also from the breadbasket of Liberia, formerly Lofa County, right? The decision to declare the seat vacant is legal. The case drag on criminal code, circuit code, criminal code A, and then Supreme Court. So Election Commission and the Senate, Liberian Senate, could not declare the seat vacant because there was an appeal process. And the same way you express your thinking about the 50% payment, that's how Samuka and his defense team also understood the 50% to be. However, I'm not a lawyer, but from the basis of what we've been following, the Supreme Court rendered ambiguous judgment. And the Samuka defense team, they said there was a restitution law, meaning if you, me, and AB, we could not steal money, and we go to court, we are found guilty, we cannot be asked to pay by in bucks, but we can be asked to pay by independently or individually based on the division of that amount. So Samuka supporter and Samuka defense team took that into consideration, that they will pay 50% of Samuka share amount, and that's what they did. However, Supreme Court sat and waited patiently. Samuka defense team sought out for builder information, which they did not get so far. I think they got it at the last minute. And later on, Supreme Court came out and said, in fact, that all of you even pay the 50%, Samuka, the money you pay, it cannot be just for you. It got to be for everybody. You and your two co-defendants, it did not constitute 50%. Therefore, your disability is still on. You cannot take your seat. Just so you know. So the 50%, to answer your question, was only for Samukai, but that was not the opinion of the Supreme Court, evident by what they done already. That Samukai already gone 6 months, 1 year, he didn't pay the money, so the next thing is to go to jail. Is to go to jail. And that's why the government is not aware of where or Samukai worried about, and we too, we do not know. But the funny story here too is Samuka has 2 other co-defendants. Have they put them in jail? I don't know. I don't know. And so everybody is just focusing on Samuka. But there are 2 other guys that are part of it too. And they didn't pay no money that we know of. At least Samuka pays some. But he should be in jail by now. But we don't know his whereabouts. So, my brother, they say the case delayed. So that's why they could not declare the seat. At any point in time, Samuka could get clear. And if he had gotten clear, he needed to take his seat by law. The fact that he did not get clear and Supreme Court came out, well, you know what, they may not comply with the court decision of 50%. You arrest a man and put him behind bars. Now they can't find Samuka. So we're going to election a few weeks from today in Lofa.
Yeah, so for me, you know, when it comes to this Samuka case, I am seriously disenchanted.
Yeah, because you are living in the past, AB. You want to put a blame on the country people that ain't got no money to live, they ain't got no food in Lofa County anymore. They have to come to Morovia to get food to eat, Pusawa. So you want to say the grandmaster more powerful than the people that got AK-47 guy in there. That's what you say, and that's not true.
But the grandmaster can.
And they got all the money, and they got motorbikes, they got all the pickups, they bought and sent one for the grandmaster boss. Donated by George Weah, His Excellency, Doctor.
Anyway, so now I would like to come to the very, very end of the Manhattan at the Baraka Talk Show. So, my friend and brother, your parting statement. Yeah.
My parting statement is, let me tell you something. The grandmaster, anybody that would think that the grandmaster came and they say what they got to say, and they can't even do anything based on their own ultimatum, their son is missing in action, they can't say nothing. You are making a mistake. You are living in the past. When political authority in any country is the most powerful authority.
They are living in the past for their son to be missing?
No, you that think that they got power more than the government, you are the one living in the past.
Oh, okay.
They don't have power equal to the government. The government has political authority, they got legal authority, they got territorial authority. All the authorities is vested in the government under our constitutional system. So the government is the most powerful organization in any country. And they have the weapons to do that. They have the monies to do that. They have the logistics to do that. They have all the resources we think about to do that. The people, the grandmaster, the elders, and the chiefs in Lofa, they ain't got no power. They just use one of their chiefs, their boss. Zanzakawa, go talk to your people. Before he got there, they gave his own account to him. That's it. Because the philosophers say anybody that control your belly, control your brain, control your decision. That is why it is. But my disappointment is, while all these educated people from Nimba County, from Lofa County will sit down in Liberia and allow the crew president to just play with them, just how the Bombay County woman play with all of them. Okay, all the men they run away. They sat there, but they couldn't say anything. Some of them became bare bones to Ellen Johnson Sally. People like HB family, political advisor, they changed it to Indo National Security Advisor. Ellen didn't stop there. Grab rebel, former rebel, Roden Duo, and made him deputy national senior security advisor to Burma family and put him on his side. You politician, you security man, you this and that. Before you do something, Roden Duo will be checking on you. So let me just tell you something. This game is a long game. Opposition taking yourself to George Weah court, you on your own. And the politics in Liberia is way different from the politics in the country in America here. My people, our people ain't got food to eat. Everything is about president, whether we like it or not. Anywhere the president go, everybody goes there. Even people who are elected, that the people don't really have that constitutional power to remove them before elections. Here in America, people have constitutional power to do so. In Liberia, no. It don't work. Forget about that thing, that theory, my people. So let's continue to advocate for our people. It changes small. We said it here the last time. The cartoon case now is going to where it's going. And I finish predicting again. I told y'all, I'm never particular about Samoka. If Samoka can't get it, declare the seat vacant. At least they did that today. Yesterday, Laboratory, they did it. So you know what? Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Don't underestimate the power of social media. Don't underestimate it. They think we're talking so, you think it's light. It is not light. It is serious. And this is our own contribution to Mama Liberia. You join us every time we come here, and we appreciate you guys for joining us, leaving your busy schedule, and to join us to listen to us, and let's do it together, because we are all in it together. We are in America, but when retirement comes, probably we're not going to stay here. Okay? So my people, without much ado, I want to say thank you, and have a good night, good morning, good day, depending where you are. Our man from Australia didn't call tonight, so let's try to get up before you call.
Yeah.
Our man saying.
Thank you for. So for me, this case about former Defense Minister J. Brandon Samukai, this man invested a lot into his campaign. He won, but yet he had been, his seat had been declared vacant yesterday. Liberia have to move on. Another son of the soil will claim to that seat, whether from the oppositions, whether from the ruling establishment, whether from the independent group. Another son of Lofa County will show the win. Back to Mr. Alexander B. Comey case. Mr. Alexander B. Comey, he is a dare rat fighting a dare case. No matter what it is, Mr. Alexander B. Comey has been lackadaisical in his statements. This is the guy that said that, oh, the document exists, but I can't give it to you because you will use it in court against me. This is the same guy that went on Facebook to go and publish it, saying that he is sorry for making alteration in the document. Upon his ANC people seeing it, they quickly went to trying to bring it down. He brought it down, but he now knows that some of us are already screenshotted. That's true. Only for them to go now to court. The document that you sign onto, you attach a cover page, you send it to NEC. It is that document that you're saying that it does not exist. then you are not to be trusted. You are far. You are close to the presidency. Yeah. You was very close to the presidency by you becoming VP to JMB. But now you have carried yourself 39 degrees away from the presidency.
39 is small, it be 360.
360 degrees?
Yeah.
All I want to say is that Zana B. Cummings, go to Liberia, go there, go do your business, and just cater to your school and do your private thing. But for the presidency, it's no go zone.
No go zone. It's done.
Second, I just want to take the time to appreciate every one of you guys who felt my pain, who were with me. I'm so grateful. I am sincerely thanking you. Thank you. Special thank you go to my own friend and brother. Because this is what you call friends. In your time of bereavement, in your times of trouble, those friends that identify with you, those are your real friends. Friends were calling me every day to check on me because he felt my pain. It was not small. Sis Game, Samuel, Sis Younger. This people will call me on a daily basis. I have to say, another person calling me, as me and then any our discussion, another call coming. And to all my Facebook followers, thank you. I don't have silver and diamonds to give you. But all I have to say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being with me in the time of my bereavement. I really appreciate it. You guys tell me that this show, it is not just for me and Francis, it's for the Liberian people. So on that note, I will let to end the time here tonight. Bye-bye for now.